first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, it's Zach Wilson. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He'll bite, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Buried behind the line by Azeez Ojulari.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Now, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
Wilson's throw into the hands of Lockett. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 41.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 91 yards, and a touchdown.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
And a lane slow and materializing there to take it maybe a yard into the 45. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Now Jones. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Tell me I didn't just see these first 2 possessions. I mean, is this one of those cases of anything you can do, I can do
better?
Maybe not better, huh?
Worse?
Yeah, just a little bit. Very sloppy start. I think maybe a case of the nerves for both teams.
And now we're back to an even playing field. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago. 3 catches, 56 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, it's caught, Lockett. And will be brought down at about the 23-yard line. They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. Sharp there with his feet. Gets him a little extra space. And then drop just inside the 20. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Azeez Ojulari. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. On 3rd down, Wilson. Dancing to it. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. So on 4th down, Pete Carroll's going to call out his field goal unit. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, You and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion and a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try to defend that 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, Jones. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the 1st quarter. Already sacked him once. How they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. Setting up the screen, Harris. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
And that's all about recognition right there because he's got to go from pass rush mode to pursuit mode, what defensive line coaches like to call retracing. And he's able to retreat and make the tackle for just a short gain.
They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 18. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Bo Melton. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. After run, 7-0 on the Ace. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got a 1st and 10 at their own 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. The throw for Tony is intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Azeez Ojulari able to record his 5th sack of the season. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw caught here by Metcalf. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 36 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-7. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. A long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones has this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The Giants at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there. 30 yards. And the Giants have cut it back within a score. Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll make our score 14-7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Brian Dable reaching for that challenge flag, and he's going to have the officials review this call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Throw out wide to Walker. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's Wilson to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Wilson going to try once more. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Escaping the... And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Azeez Ojulari make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback. And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on them, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Jones now to throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. They had a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Well, a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but looking like that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like someone put their dukes up a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe decided to finally make a stand because those first 2 drives, they got run over. Now, finally, got their feet under them, got a little bit of balance. They're getting off the field.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. 38-yard line, 2nd and 11. Here's the option play now to the left. Yeah, that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They lost 4 there. It's 3rd down. Not a lot of success to be found there.
You got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now Jones on 1st and 10. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And he's going to have a first down here. They're also in a field goal range now at the 27-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Here's Jones throwing on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here at half number 1. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal. Gano's kick is good, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Taken at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. From the 6. Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Giants about set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Jones. That'll be caught. It's Tony. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 39. It's a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll he'll switch it up here and look to throw. Rolling to his left. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
It's a giant first down on a gain of 16.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there. With his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Giants have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Gano the extra point, and it's now 17-14. That time a 9-play drive, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Wilson. Flush to his right. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Wilson smart to take off and run with it as he's able to pick up the first. Straight ahead, Walker knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying under double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the second level.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Up the middle, here's Walker. Now he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try for the first with Walker, and he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Giants are going to get the football back. So you look back to the problems they've had with their kicking game, and their kicker here in this one probably influenced the decision there.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. Because he's had those misses, they didn't want to go back to him. That forced the issue, and they had to go for it there and didn't pick it up. That changes the whole complexion on how you call a game.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Barkley, inside handoff. And some room to maneuver. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 57 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On the ground, it's James. Room here to run. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Jones on first down. He's got it. And he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants will add to their fourth quarter lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try to get the ball back again.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores. And they've really got to get some yards in chunks. And they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Right side, there's Likely with it. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle him almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's Walker. And the tackle there by Jermaine Pratt. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they call Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Walker. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
2nd down and goal. Wilson being chased, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. And the Giants will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, time, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances. Well, that interception will further hinder their already slim chance of victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defensive side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted. Lines up falling incomplete. The Giants on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that'll be caught by Tony. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been a go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This is a big 3rd down, and you have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Jones looking around. And that will be incomplete.
In the early days I feel like you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in the stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So all eyes on this Seahawks offense. Down by 10. At time, a huge factor. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery. But first things first. 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being...
After review of the play,
the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Throwing now is Wilson. Pass complete, it's likely. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. On the draw, it's Harris. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's and this is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this one. 5 plays in on that drive. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. James. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And this one wasn't easy. You had an East Coast team, Charles, going west, playing a night game, but somehow they were able to get the job done.
Yeah, when you talk about playing a night game, they're closer to being sleepy because of East Coast time.